Hello, welcome to Just Be True, a soul-led podcast. My name is Summer, and I am grateful to be your host. So this podcast was born out of a deep desire to live authentically, to strip away the mask and expectations and the old stories, and remember who we truly are. Each episode is explored that it means to live in harmony with your soul's truth through real conversations, intuitive guidance, and powerful moments of reflection. So welcome. So this episode is an invitation to slow down, to settle into your body, and meet yourself right where you are, without expectations, without pressure, without needing to have anything figured out. As we enter 2026, I've been looking into the deeper meaning of what this transition represents, and not just for the calendar, but within us as well. So 2025 has carried a powerful 9 frequency, the energy of completion, release, deep soul integration, and for many, this year hasn't been easy. It's been a revealing year full of emotions, sometimes uncomfortable, some of them extremely heavy, and some of us have been able to discover where our true strength lies. If this resonates, if you've been experiencing challenging moments, and what you know, I just want you to know that there's absolutely nothing wrong with you. You are moving through an ending cycle. Endings carry grief, even when they're not necessary. And allowing yourself to feel that doesn't mean you're stuck. It just means you're human. The energy of a 9 doesn't rush us forward. It doesn't ask us to bypass our feelings or push through our experiences. Instead, it invites reflection. It asks us to look honestly at what we've lived, what we've endured, and what we've healed, and what we've outgrown. And many of us have been experiencing the letting go and the outgrown of what no longer serves us. And while it may not have felt like it at times, every experience in 2025 was preparing you. Nothing was wasted. Every challenge, every moment of uncertainty, every emotional unraveling was shaping your awareness, showing you where the old wounds, outdated beliefs, or familiar stories could no longer travel with you. They no longer reside with your frequency or your energy or your awareness. And that awareness, that is awakening. And that is the gift of 2025. So, I ask you to just take a moment and reflect back. What did you learn last year? What were your experiences? What layers were pulled back and discovered? Right? What truths have you been living with for years that no longer resonate with you? And look back on those challenges and those discoveries and those endings and see the magic in them. See the lessons in them and see what it truly brought you. Throughout life, our struggles often become our greatest teachers. They guide us towards growth, resilience, and a deeper discovery, even when you don't recognize it right away. I've lost some major things in 2025. And, maybe when those things were lost, I was devastated, unsure. The uncertainty was definitely there, but I knew it had a purpose. I knew it had a reason behind it. And I had to trust the universe and where it was guiding me. And I look back on those losses and I'm thankful for them because I wouldn't be where I am at this moment. It wouldn't have brought me to be where I am at this very moment. and I am grateful for that. I still don't know what lies ahead, but I'm open to what it brings. And now that we're in 2026, we begin shifting into that frequency of one, right? The frequency of new beginnings, self-leadership, courage, and creation. But there's something important to remember. New beginnings require space. They require patience. They require trust. And they require a willingness to release what has already completed its purpose. So you can't fully step into what is arriving if your hands are full and still holding on to what was meant to end. So what are you still hanging on to? What are you holding on to? What are you refusing to let go? Releasing doesn't mean forgetting or minimizing what you've been through. It means honoring what served its purpose and allowing yourself to set it down. Some things stay with you long enough to teach you, but not long enough to define what comes next. Letting go is an act of trust, and it creates the space needed for something new to take root. Sometimes release is simply choosing not to carry what feels heavy anymore. Sorry. This transition from 9 to 1 is not about rushing ahead, but it's about arriving early. Right now, we are standing at a threshold, a space between what has been and what is becoming. In thresholds, you can feel uncertainty because the full picture hasn't fully revealed itself yet. But uncertainty does not mean unprepared. Sometimes fears show up, not because we weren't ready, but because we are standing at the edge of our own expansion. You are more ready than you realize. Now, I want to share a message from the Armana, the collective that I channel, one that speaks directly to this moment and this transition. And I hope something that you can carry with you over the next few days, weeks, months. The Armana has to say, you are not standing at the edge of the unknown. You are standing in the strength of what you have already integrated. Every experience has prepared you. You are more than what you see, more than what you've been told, and your self-discoveries are only just beginning. And let these words settle into your body. You don't need to understand them fully for them to work. And you can always come back to this episode and hear these words again if need be. So you were layered, expansive, and still unfolding. What you're learning about yourself now is only the beginning of what's possible. And as you move through this transition, I invite you to work gently with trust rather than force. So before we close, let's take a moment to pause and reflect together. You may want to close your eyes, but only if it feels safe and comfortable. If you're driving or actively doing something, keep your eyes open. You can still ask these same questions. If you wish to come back to this at a later time, please do so, or pause so you can settle down. So let's first take a deep breath in and release it. Allow the tension just to leave the body and relax. And ask yourself gently, what am I ready to release as this cycle completes? What am I ready to release as this cycle completes. Where am I being asked to trust myself more? Where am I being asked to trust myself more? What part of me is ready to step forward even without certainty? What part of me is ready to step forward even without certainty? Be aware of what comes up. Write it down. Make a note of it. There's no need to judge what came up. Awareness alone is enough. When you're ready, you can decide to focus on these things, to identify where work needs to be done, where release needs to be made, where trust needs to be fully integrated, and where your own power is ready to take lead. As we continue to step into 2026, remember this. You are not starting from nothing. You are stepping forward from wisdom. You are not behind. You are right on time. And you're not losing parts of yourself. You are reclaiming your power. And that is amazing. I wish for each and every one of you that 2026 brings you strength, realization of your own power, wonderful, amazing new beginnings, and the power to let go of what no longer serves. That prosperity, love, unconditional love that ye all deserve are all a part and integrated in 2026 for you. So thank you for sharing this space with me today. If this episode resonated with you, I invite you to continue this journey with me through my weekly newsletters that come out weekly, where we explore these transitions, awakenings, and moments of becoming together. And the link is in the show notes. I also ask that you like and review, share this podcast with others that you feel that would resonate. And until next time, be gentle with yourself and trust what is unfolding. I wish you all a very happy, loving 2026. Bye.